If you want to see me create a second look using the quad of the month for October, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, it is time to do another look with the quad of the month for October. This is going to be look 2. Now you might say, well, Hélène, there was no look 1 for October. What are you talking about? I actually did a look and filmed a few videos with it. I will put a picture of the look right there. And I did cheat a little bit. It was basically using these two colors. But what I did was, instead of use this color, I used one of the colors in my Pan That palette for 2020, and I did swatch both of these, this one and the one in my Pan That palette, and they were identical. It was between that one and the one called Blackberry, which is more of a brown than a blackberry, but whatever. And it created a really, really nice look, and I was very happy with it. And yeah, so it would be a look that I could create with these two for sure from this quad. And if you're curious, this one is Roundhouse by Colourpop, and this one is Bashful from the Colourpop Semi-Precious palette from a couple of holiday seasons ago. All right, so now we want to do a look with this quad again, and I am thinking a whole lot about using these 3 shadows. I don't really want to use this one again because this one was the dominant color really out of this combo. Like I said, it was a different shadow, but it looked the same. Actually, you know what, I'll swatch, just so you know I'm not pulling your leg. Let me just swatch Roundhouse, and then I'll swatch Blackberry next to it, and you can see how close they are. I mean, they are so, so close. And here are the fingers. So they're virtually the same. And so that's why I didn't feel bad about using a shadow outside the quad. The result was virtually the same. Okay, I'll stop doing a mea culpa for feeling like there was something wrong not using the brown in the quad. All right, let me just see here. I think I'm going to go, though, with this one in the crease just to get us started, and then these two are going to be on the lid. And this one is probably going to be on the lower lash line as well. So I'm grabbing my favorite fluffy brush from Quo, and I need a mirror. I think I'm going to use the mirror in my Pan That palette. If you want to see the latest update with the Pan That palette, I'll put it right there. Given that we're talking about Blackberry, which is one of the shadows in the palette, and I'm not going to show it to you right now because it would spoil the surprise. Now, before I start, I just want to let you know what is on my eyes already. I have a mixture of Wheat and Desert from my Pan That palette just to set the primer, so it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of color. I do have my brows done and my base makeup done as well. Other than that, and zero on the upper waterline, zero from Urban Decay, a black liner. Apart from that and some lip gloss, I don't have anything else on except for base makeup. So you can find everything that I am wearing on my face, both at the beginning and of course at the end of the video, in the description box. So please take a look there. All right, blah, 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 blah. Let's get going with this look. So I have my Pan That palette and then my quad kind of seated over top the palette. So I promise I'm using nothing but the quad today. And I really do feel like I cheated. I'm just... Anyway, I'm going to do one eye and then do the other eye off camera. Hopefully, as usual, I'll be able to recreate the look. Now this is a very, very deep color, so I'll have to be blending. And I'm sure I'm going to switch brushes halfway through. Or maybe not. Now on the brow bone, I do have the very, very light highlight color from the Sage Quad from KVD Vegan Beauty. And it's just, I would just wanted a brow bone highlight. I'm not going to sacrifice one of the quad pans in the quad of the month just for a brow bone highlight. So I just use whatever it is that I have at the ready. I'm not all that fussy about what it is that I use. It's really just what I have on hand and, like I said, at the ready. All right, so just as I expected, this blends really, really nicely. It's a little deep, so I'm going to use the brush that I used to do my base makeup to set my primer and just clean that up a little bit. This is very, very similar to how I applied the other shadow on. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. I think I'm going to use a smudger brush to put more of that roundhouse on the lower lash line. And partially on the lower lid, obviously, because I'm using a pretty big smudger. I have a precise smudger when I want to have something a little bit more subdued, but we're going for color today. Okay, so I think that looks good. Just going to use this brush to do a little bit of a lessening under the eye. Okay, I have some fallout, but it's not too bad. Now we want to go in with the color, and I think I'm going to go in with this one on the inner to center lid and this one on the outer lid. So let's start with that one. It's kind of Christmassy. It's like fall and Christmassy color overlap. I think I'm going to start off with, I was not going to, but I think I'm going to start off with the vintage color, which is the rust color. And that one's from Coloured Raine. It was a single that I received from the brand, and it's, apart from having swatched it to intro the quad, I have not used it ever. It came as part of a mystery box, I think it was. Because I know that I did not order it. I don't think I did anyway. Okay. Let's put a little bit more and I'll probably go in with the finger. There might be some back and forth between this one and the deep green, which is Aja or Aha, I'm not sure, by the Juvia's Place Magic. All right, so I'm going to use my finger a little bit to bring that further in. Okay, and now I want to use a brush to start to lay down the Aja. And I'm going to use this one from Smashbox, which is a preferred one of mine, and it's called the Full Coverage Shadow Brush. And this is pretty deep, so I don't think I'm going to have to use that much to get what I want. There's a little bit of hard pan in Aja. And I'm not sure why, because it's not a shadow that I've used a whole lot. I'm going to go right to the center and then go back over top with, I think it's called Vintage. Yeah, Vintage. I think there's another one from Makeup Geek called Vintage, and it's confusing me a little bit because it's a different color. Going into the crease a little bit. And I think I'm going to use this same brush and just take the green down a little bit as well on the lower lid, lower outer lid, just to finish up the V. Okay, I like that. I think that looks pretty good. It's pretty deep, but I think it looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit lighter, closer to the lash line toward the center lid, or the inner lid, I should say, going toward the nose. Okay. I don't mind this at all. It's deep, but I think it looks pretty good. Now, I did talk about going back in with my finger for Vintage and going a little bit further onto the green, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm not trying to do a gradient, I just want the changeover from one color to the other to be a little bit smoother. that's not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. Just going to use this brush with a little bit of a beige color just to clean up a little bit down here because it seems to be a little bit too heavy. See if this one works, because the other one does not really do the job. Just want to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, that worked. Okay, and I have a little bit of fallout, so I'm just going to wipe that off. This is the usual brush that I use, and it is the angled powder brush. It's my official fallout brush. And I did not set my foundation today, so there's a little bit more of a risk of having fallout stick to my face. I went straight off camera without really telling you what I was doing. It just, there's, oh boy, this brush is contaminated with some black. So I'm going to wipe it off, and I just made a mess off on the side here. Okay, so I just wiped off my mess here, and I'm just easing back the color on the outer part of the eye. It's not as clean as I would like, but it's just going to have to do. And I just cleaned up my brow a tiny bit because it got a bit disturbed with what was going on the outer lid. I think this looks reasonably good. I do think I should go up higher with the rust color. I don't know if you can see that spot that's not quite done. So I'll go back in with that same brush. And that's the multitasker brush from Smashbox. Just going to go up higher. And when it's a lighter color, that doesn't seem to show so much, but when it's a deeper color, it does. Following the crease. Okay, I think that looks better. Now, I am going to do the same thing on the other eye, and then we'll talk about how we can finish up the look. So I will be right back. Okay, here we go. Both eyes are done as far as eyeshadow, but I have decided to go in and use Bashful again on the inner corners. I think it's going to look pretty good with the other colors that I have here. So I'm going to add that right now, real time with you, before we finish up the rest of the look. Just a little accent on the very inner lid. Inner corner, really. What am I saying, inner lid? Inner corner. Okay, I think that adds just a little something interesting. And I do feel like there is some loss of that highlighter on the brow bone, so I will go and just redo that one. And I might as well show you what it is. It is from the Shade and Light Sage Quad. And this is the one that I'm talking about. So let's just add a little bit of that on the brow bone again. And this is the type of brush that I use when I'm doing my brow bone. And this one is the Smashbox Contour Shadow Brush. And just adding a little bit more on the brush. Just as a finishing touch. I think the fluffy crease brush wiped away some of that highlighter that I had at the beginning of the video. Okay, I think that's a bit better. Now let's talk about how to finish the look. So I want some liner on the upper lash line for sure. I think I'm going to go with, I'm trying to finish it up. So let's use the tattoo liner from KVD Vegan Beauty. I'm going to use this mascara combo, the Définicil and the Cil Booster XL from Lancôme. What else do I need? I think there's enough color and whatnot in the look already. I don't think I need a whole lot more. I think I might just do colored pencil on the lower lash line, and I think I'm going to use Vega from Linda Halbari. It's a kind of a khaki green, and I think it's going to go really well with this look. So let me just give you a couple of swatches, and I will also reapply the Zero liner from Urban Decay. Okay, so here are the swatches. I'm going to reapply Zero on the upper waterline, the KVD Vegan Beauty on the upper lash line, and then this one, I hope you can see the green. This is Vega from Linda Halbari. I was going to show you Zero. So this is the Vega pencil that needs sharpening at this point, but it's very, very creamy. And this is the Zero liner. And then I showed you this one already, and the mascara as well. So let's do all of those things on camera for a change. I've been doing more of that lately, showing you the final touches. The only thing I'm not really showing on camera is the setting spray. And that really is because it damages some of the products behind me. I don't like doing it on camera anymore. Okay, and the Zero liner does need to be sharpened. I'm going to put that aside. All right, and let's do Vega next. And that's going on the lower waterline on both sides, obviously. I wore it yesterday and really, really liked it. It's such a beautiful color. And it's quite the match for my eyes, actually. Although green eyes just change constantly. They do tend to work well with whatever colors I put on, though. All right, so that was Vega. Whew. And now the KVD Trooper liner. And it is getting dry, but like I said, I'm trying to use it up. It does not have much life left. Whoops, went a little high. So I'm going to have a fatter line than I expected, but it is a deep look, so that's fine. Okay, the mascara will cover it up. Famous last words. I've said that twice recently. I think I'm getting sloppy. Oh, shoot. It's okay. Boy, I really want mascara to have to cover up a lot of my stuff today. I'm finding the lights particularly bright today. And it does make it a bit challenging. Now, I just changed my battery and I thought I had hit record and I obviously hadn't. So sorry about that. I just put Cil Booster on this eye and just started on the other eye. And I blink when I put mascara on. Anybody else do that? Okay. Hopefully there's nothing that I said in the previous unrecorded video that I haven't repeated at this point. Now the Définicil is what I'm going to use. This is what the brush looks like. It's just a very regular mascara. What I do like about it though is that it is a rectangular container. And so if you have any grip issues with regular mascara, something that is kind of square as far as profile would be helpful. I just find I don't fumble with it nearly as much as cylindrical tubes, as much as they're aesthetically pleasing. All right. We're getting there. And with the Cil Booster, I'm finding that one coat of the Définicil is plenty. All right, now I have a little fallout that I'm seeing with the ring light. So let's take care of that. And I have a black speck right there that I'm going to take care of with a Q-tip. And while I'm off camera, I will put on some MAC Fix Plus to finish up the look. All right, the MAC Fix Plus is on, and I also have taken the opportunity to add a little extra of what I was already wearing, which is the Champagne Dream and Bellini from Becca. It's a lip gloss lip topper, even though I don't have anything underneath. But I do often pair it with the Tarte Exposed, the lip paint from Tarte. And it's a really nice combo in case you were curious. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this second look. I do think that Bashful did add a little something on the inner lid, so I'm pretty happy I did that. Let me know what you think of the look. I don't think that I will be doing a third look with this one. I think that how I used the eyeshadows was as I wanted to. So that's it. As I said, let me know what you think. I always love to hear what you have to say, and if you have any suggestions to add to the comments, I would appreciate that as well. That's it from me on this second look using quad number 10 for 2020. And of course, the next video that you will see with this quad is me doing a final review of it and also introducing quad number 11. So you can look forward to seeing that sooner than later. With that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.